Forget billionaire wives dripping in diamonds. King Salman's wife plays in an entirely different league. With access to a staggering $1.4 trillion fortune, her world is filled with palaces that make Versailles look like a vacation rental, private jets that put billionaires' toys to shame, and even a son casually dropping millions on yachts. Let's dig into it. The desert rose who married into trillions. Princess Fahda bint Falah al-Hithlain didn't start life expecting to become arguably the most financially powerful woman on earth. Born into the prominent Al-Ajman tribe, her lineage traces back to tribal leaders Rakan bin Hithlain and Daydan bin Hithlain, giving her a pedigree that would prove strategically invaluable. But here's where the story gets deliciously ironic. This woman from Bedouin traditions would eventually have access to wealth that makes tech billionaires look like they're shopping at discount stores. The marriage to King Salman in 1984 wasn't just a union of hearts, it was a masterclass in strategic alliance building. The Al-Ajman tribe's connection to the Al Saud family strengthened political and social bonds within the kingdom, because in Saudi Arabia, marriages aren't just about love. They're about consolidating power structures that would make Machiavelli weep with admiration. What makes Fahda's story particularly fascinating is how she transformed from tribal princess to the mother of 6 sons who would reshape the Middle East. Her eldest, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, isn't just heir to the throne. He's the architect of Saudi Vision 2030, controlling investments that dwarf entire national economies. Her second son, Prince Turki, served as chairman of Saudi Research and Marketing Group, while Prince Khalid holds the position of Minister of Defense. It's like she didn't just win the maternal lottery, she cornered the entire market. The scale of wealth Fahda has access to is almost comedically overwhelming. The House of Saud's collective net worth of $1.4 trillion makes them wealthier than entire G20 nations. To put this in perspective, if you combine the fortunes of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, you'd still be looking at less than half of what this family controls. It's the kind of wealth that doesn't just buy luxury, it creates entire industries around luxury. Fahda's discreet yet powerful influence operates through what we might call the invisible hand of infinite resources. While she maintains a low public profile typical of Saudi royal women, her role as counselor to both King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman positions her at the epicenter of decisions affecting global oil markets, international diplomacy, and economic policies that ripple through every major financial center on earth. The family's primary wealth source, Saudi Aramco, with its $1.8 trillion market capitalization, essentially makes them the landlords of 1/5 of the world's proven petroleum reserves. When your husband controls the company that could single-handedly shift global energy prices, you're not just wealthy, you're operating in a category of influence that transcends normal concepts of money. What's particularly amusing about Fahda's wealth position is how it makes other rich wives look quaint by comparison. While Western media celebrates billionaire spouses, Fahda has access to resources that could fund space programs, reshape entire cities, or solve humanitarian crises as weekend hobbies. Her philanthropic activities in women's education and healthcare aren't just charity work. They're nation-building exercises disguised as good deeds. The Al Yamamah Palace, spanning 4 million square feet, serves as the family's primary residence, featuring amenities that would make luxury resort owners question their life choices. With 1,000 rooms, Italian marble floors, gold leaf accents, multiple swimming pools, a state-of-the-art cinema, bowling alley and private mosque, it's not just a home. It's a small city where every fixture represents craftsmanship at its absolute pinnacle. But Fahda's true genius lies in how she leveraged her position as mother to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. As the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia, MBS controls not just traditional royal wealth, but also modern investment vehicles like the Public Investment Fund, which has grown from $84 billion in 2014 to $925 billion in 2024. This means Fahda's influence extends through one of the world's largest sovereign wealth funds, with investments spanning technology, entertainment, sports, and virtually every major industry. Her son's business ventures create additional layers of wealth that most people can't even conceptualize. From Prince Turki's media empire to Prince Khalid's defense ministry connections, the family operates like a diversified conglomerate where each member controls resources that would rank them among the world's wealthiest individuals. It's generational wealth planning executed at a scale that makes traditional dynasty building look like child's play. The irony is delicious. While the world obsesses over tech moguls and their billions, Fahda operates in a realm where King Salman's personal net worth of $18 billion represents just a fraction of the family's total holdings. She's not just the richest wife in the world, she's potentially the most financially influential woman in human history, and she's done it all while maintaining the discretion that would make Swiss bankers envious. As impressive as Fahda's financial position might be, it's her taste in real estate that truly demonstrates what happens when unlimited resources meet impeccable standards. Her property portfolio doesn't just span continents, it redefines luxury living on a global scale. Palaces, chateaux, and the art of living without limits. If you thought billionaire real estate was impressive, wait until you see what happens when someone has access to wealth that makes billionaires look like they're window shopping. Princess Fahda's property portfolio reads like a fantasy novel written by someone with unlimited imagination and an even more unlimited bank account. Let's start with her Al Sulaymaniya Palace in Tangier, Morocco, because nothing says casual vacation home quite like owning a renovated palace in the coastal area of Jebila. When Fahda decided to take a little getaway in August 2023, she didn't book a luxury resort. She renovated her own palace instead. The arrival required Saudi palace officials, private guards, royal court members, and princesses from the UAE and Kuwait joining her, because apparently even vacation time requires a diplomatic summit. The scale of this Moroccan retreat becomes clear when you consider that King Salman's previous vacation there reportedly cost $100 million and contributed 1.5% to Morocco's entire foreign tourism revenue. This isn't just wealthy. This is, I accidentally boosted an entire country's economy by going on vacation wealthy. The palace underwent extensive renovations, including 3 helipads and a large tent resembling a circus big top, because why have regular entertainment when you can have entertainment that requires air traffic control? The property sits on 74 acres above the beaches of Jebila, surrounded by a 500-meter perimeter wall and staffed by 30 members of the Moroccan Royal Guard. When you need a small army just to maintain vacation home security, you've clearly transcended normal concepts of property ownership. The complex includes its own medical facilities and restaurant kitchens producing dishes with imported ingredients like lobster, caviar and truffles, because apparently room service at a regular 5-star resort just doesn't cut it when you're operating at this level. But Fahda's property portfolio extends far beyond Morocco, creating a global network that would make international real estate moguls weep with envy. The family maintains the legendary Urga Palace in central Riyadh, which serves as King Salman's secondary residence and features decor so ostentatious it made international headlines. When President Obama visited in 2015, media discovered gold-plated Kleenex dispensers and chairs, because apparently regular tissue dispensers are for peasants. The approach to Urga Palace reads like architectural theatre, dramatic entrance lined with towering palm trees and cascading water fountains that announce to every visitor they're entering a realm where money has transcended its normal limitations. Inside, Italian marble walls feature intricate gilded moldings, while rich silk carpets from the world's most prestigious workshops cover floors polished to mirror perfection. The crown jewel of the family's international holdings is Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's Chateau Louis XIV in Louveciennes, France, purchased for $301 million in 2015. This property holds the record as the world's most expensive residential property, which is precisely the kind of record that makes perfect sense when your family wealth operates in trillions. Built between 2008 and 2011, the chateau represents a perfect fusion of 17th century French classical architecture with 21st century luxury technology that sounds more like science fiction than real estate. The chateau spans 7,000 square meters within a 57-acre landscaped estate, employing over 120 specialists, many holding the prestigious French Entreprise du Patrimoine Vivant label to ensure preservation of traditional craftsmanship alongside cutting-edge technology. The construction used 1,000 cubic meters of stone and marble, because when you're building the world's most expensive home, you don't scrimp on materials. The chateau features amenities that make luxury hotels look modest by comparison. Smartphone controls operate everything from fountains to lighting systems, while the crown jewel is an underwater meditation room within the estate's moat, featuring a transparent acrylic dome where visitors can observe koi and sturgeon swimming around the chamber. It's the kind of feature that makes you wonder if the architect was trying to one-up Atlantis. The property includes 10 bedroom suites for guests, a master apartment spanning 300 square meters with 4 bedrooms and 4 marble bathrooms, plus entertainment facilities that read like a luxury resort catalogue, private cinema, wine cellar storing up to 3,000 bottles, squash court, spa, nightclub, billiards room and 2 swimming pools. Because apparently when you're spending $301 million on a house, you need enough amenities to justify never leaving. The estate includes a gold-leafed fountain of Apollo, replica of the one at Versailles, and a 4-meter-high Carrara marble statue of Louis XIV. Because subtlety is clearly overrated when you're operating at this level of wealth. The landscaping features marble statues along garden paths, hedged labyrinth and moats surrounding the property, creating an environment where every detail screams money is absolutely no object. In Spain, the family maintains their Mar Palace within the 200-acre Nada complex in Marbella, valued between $100 million and $300 million, that stretches from the A7 coastal road to the El Paraíso golf course. The estate combines Mediterranean architecture with Arabic-inspired elements, featuring lush grounds with palm trees, gardens and scenic views that make the French Riviera look quaint by comparison. On the actual French Riviera, the family owns Villa Mirandole in Vallauris near Cannes, historically significant as the site where actress Rita Hayworth celebrated her marriage to Prince Ali Khan in 1949. This Art Deco-styled villa gained international notoriety in 2015 when King Salman constructed a private elevator and concrete platform directly to Mirandole Beach, temporarily closing public access and creating international controversy, because apparently regular beach access is for regular people. When we examine the full scope of this property portfolio, we're looking at real estate holdings that rival the GDP of entire nations. Conservative estimates place their global property values at well over $2 billion, but this figure likely represents only a fraction of their true real estate wealth, as many properties are held through complex networks of shell companies and offshore entities designed to maintain privacy. The maintenance costs alone for these properties likely exceed the annual budgets of many corporations, with staff, security and upkeep requiring resources that most people cannot even comprehend, yet represent merely routine operational expenses for the world's wealthiest family. But impressive as these stationary palaces might be, Fahda's mobile luxury assets demonstrate what happens when unlimited resources meet the desire to travel in absolute comfort. Flying palaces, floating cities and golden wheels. When Princess Fahda decides to travel, she doesn't book first-class tickets or charter private jets like mere billionaires. She commands a mobile luxury empire that transforms the very concepts of transportation, hospitality and excess into an art form that would make ancient emperors weep with envy. The philosophy behind royal transportation extends beyond luxury into strategic mobility. When your family controls critical global resources and maintains diplomatic relationships across dozens of countries, transportation becomes a tool of statecraft. Each vessel and aircraft serves as a mobile embassy, equipped with communication systems, security capabilities and hospitality facilities that allow for conducting international business regardless of geographic location. The logistical complexity of royal travel creates an entire shadow economy of specialized service providers. From marine engineering firms that maintain yacht propulsion systems to aviation companies that provide diplomatic flight clearances, the Royal Transportation Network supports thousands of jobs across multiple industries and countries. This ecosystem of expertise represents one of the world's most sophisticated private logistics operations. The royal family's maritime fleet begins with King Salman's personal yacht, Tuek, valued at $100 million. Built in 2006 by the renowned Dutch shipyard Van der Giessen, this extraordinary vessel showcases exterior and interior design by Michael Leach Design, featuring amenities that make luxury cruise ships look like rowboats. With annual running costs of approximately $10 million, maintaining this floating palace costs more than most people's lifetime earnings, yet it serves exclusively for the king's personal use and is never available for charter because sharing luxury is apparently not in the Saudi royal vocabulary. The 2X design. Philosophy emphasizes understated elegance over ostentatious display, reflecting King Salman's preference for sophisticated luxury that impresses through quality rather than flash. The yacht's interior features custom-designed furniture created by European master craftsmen, with each piece representing months of specialized labor. The vessel's art collection includes works by contemporary Middle Eastern artists, creating a floating cultural exhibition that travels international waters. The yacht's operational capabilities extend far beyond recreation. Advanced satellite communication systems allow for secure international conference calls, while the onboard medical facility can handle emergency medical situations that might arise during extended sea voyages. The vessel's security systems incorporate military-grade technology, ensuring that royal occupants remain protected in international waters where territorial sovereignty becomes complex. But the Tuek is practically modest compared to the Prince Abdulaziz, a 482-foot behemoth built in 1984 that serves the official duties of the Saudi royal family. This extraordinary vessel spans 147 meters in length with gross tonnage of 4,620 tons, capable of accommodating up to 64 guests in luxurious cabins while requiring a crew of 60 to 100 members. The yacht features multiple dining rooms, conference facilities, a private cinema, a mosque, and extensive recreational areas, because apparently conducting diplomacy requires the same amenities as running a small city. The Prince Abdulaziz represents more than luxury accommodation. It functions as a floating diplomatic platform capable of hosting international summits in neutral waters. The yacht's conference facilities feature translation equipment for multilingual negotiations, while its communication systems provide encrypted connections to global political and business networks. The vessel's ability to anchor in international waters creates opportunities for conducting sensitive negotiations outside traditional diplomatic protocols. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's personal maritime empire centers around the legendary Serene, a $400 to $550 million super yacht that has become one of the most recognizable symbols of his extravagant lifestyle. This 439-foot masterpiece features amenities that sound like they belong in a luxury resort rather than on a seagoing vessel, including an internal seawater pool, 2 helipads, a snow room for winter sports, enthusiasts' children's playrooms, and an underwater viewing room where guests can observe marine life through floor-to-ceiling windows. Perhaps most significantly, the Serene reportedly houses Leonardo da Vinci's $450 million Salvator Mundi painting, making it possibly the most expensive mobile art gallery in human history. It's the kind of detail that transforms a yacht from mere luxury transportation into a floating museum worth more than most countries' annual cultural budgets. The royal fleet extends to the impressive Al Salamar, a 139.3-meter superyacht built by Germany's Lürssen shipyard in 1999, valued at approximately $200 million with a gross tonnage of 12,234 tons. This vessel can host up to 40 guests in 22 cabins with space for 94 crew members, featuring amenities that read like a luxury resort catalogue. Large swimming pool, spa, gym, cinema, multiple dining areas, glass-bottomed observation deck and hospital-grade medical facility. Because apparently, when you're floating around international waters, you need the same medical capabilities as a small hospital. While their yachts command the seas, the House of Saud's aviation fleet rules the skies with aircraft that make commercial first-class travel appear like public transportation. The centerpiece is King Salman's Boeing 747 BBJ, valued at approximately $200 to $250 million, including extensive customizations. Built in 2001, this flying palace spans 70.6 meters in length with a 59.6-meter wingspan, capable of covering up to 8,000 nautical miles at cruising speeds that make international travel feel like domestic flights. The aircraft's interior has been completely redesigned to include private bedrooms, dining rooms, conference rooms, and entertainment systems, all decorated with luxurious materials including leather, wood paneling, and gold accents. It's configured for 25, 50 passengers with a crew of 10, 15, featuring high-definition entertainment systems, satellite communication, anti-missile defenses, and encrypted communications, because apparently flying commercially is both inconvenient and insufficiently secure when you control 1/5 of the world's oil reserves. The Royal Aviation Fleet includes 2 additional Boeing 747 BBJs that serve as backup aircraft, because having just one flying palace is apparently insufficient for proper royal travel. These aircraft maintain similar luxury standards with ranges of 6,500, 7,500 nautical miles, ensuring that no destination on Earth is beyond comfortable reach. Beyond passenger aircraft, the Saudi royal flight includes several Airbus aircraft and at least 2 Boeing 747 freighters dedicated to the massive logistical requirements of royal travel. When your entourage can exceed 1,000 people, you don't just need passenger capacity. You need cargo capability that can transport vehicles, equipment, and supplies to support what essentially amounts to a mobile city. The House of Saud's automotive collections represent rolling sculptures that transform transportation into art exhibitions. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's garage showcases a $3 million Bugatti Chiron, one of the world's most exclusive hypercars powered by an 8.0-litre W16 quad-turbocharged engine, producing 1,479 horsepower. This mechanical masterpiece achieves a top speed of 261 miles per hour, with acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour. in just 2.4 seconds, representing automotive engineering at its absolute pinnacle. The Crown Prince's collection also includes a McLaren P1 valued at approximately $1.5 million, a hybrid hypercar combining a 3.8-litre twin-turbo V8 with an electric motor producing 903 combined horsepower. This technological marvel reaches a top speed of 217 miles per hour, featuring Formula One-inspired engineering that makes regular luxury cars look like golf carts. MBS also owns multiple Ferraris, including potentially a LaFerrari featuring a 6.3-litre V12, with hybrid system producing 949 combined horsepower, plus Lamborghini Aventadors powered by 6.5-litre V12 engines producing 740 horsepower. It's a collection that reads like a supercar manufacturer's greatest hits album, except these aren't display pieces, they're actual transportation options. The royal automotive passion extends to luxury sedans, with multiple Rolls-Royce Phantoms featuring 6.75-litre V12 engines and handcrafted interiors with bespoke customization options. At approximately $500,000 each, these vehicles showcase the signature magic carpet ride quality that makes them preferred transportation for heads of state worldwide. Perhaps most symbolic of the family's approach to automotive luxury is Saudi billionaire Turki bin Abdullah's complete automotive collection, valued at $22 million. The centerpiece is his gold-plated Lamborghini Aventador SV, valued at $1.2 million, a transformation that takes an already exclusive supercar and elevates it into a rolling statement of wealth so extreme that it challenges conventional automotive design philosophy. When we examine the full scope of the House of Saud's mobile luxury assets, yachts, aircraft, and automotive collections, we're looking at investments that total well over $2 billion in purchase prices alone. The annual operating expenses for maintaining this fleet likely exceed the GDP of many small nations, with yacht maintenance costs reaching $15 to $20 million annually per vessel, while the Boeing 747 fleet requires specialized crews, maintenance facilities, fuel, and storage, creating operational costs that demonstrate how Princess Fahada's accessible wealth operates on a scale entirely separate from conventional economic reality. The logistical complexity of maintaining these mobile assets creates an entire ecosystem of employment and expertise. Each yacht requires specialized marine engineers, interior designers, security specialists, and culinary teams that represent the pinnacle of their respective fields. The aviation fleet demands certified pilots with royal protocol training, maintenance crews familiar with customized aircraft systems, and ground support teams at airports worldwide. This infrastructure represents not just luxury, but a mobile empire that can deploy anywhere on Earth with capabilities that rival government operations. But perhaps the most impressive aspect of Princess Fahada's position isn't just her access to these mind-boggling luxury assets. It's how she's leveraged her influence to shape not just her family's wealth, but entire industries through strategic cultural investments and philanthropic initiatives that operate on scales that make traditional charitable giving look like pocket change. Her support for educational institutions, healthcare facilities, and women's empowerment programs creates ripple effects across Saudi society, while simultaneously reinforcing the royal family's legitimacy and influence. The family's mobile luxury assets also serve strategic diplomatic purposes, with royal yachts and aircraft facilitating high-level meetings, cultural exchanges, and business negotiations that shape international relations. When Princess Fahda travels, she's not just moving between luxury destinations, she's projecting Saudi influence, facilitating economic partnerships, and demonstrating the kingdom's technological capabilities to global audiences who understand that this level of luxury requires extraordinary organizational competence. So there you have it, Princess Fahda bint Falah Al Hithlan, the woman who redefined what it means to be wealthy beyond comprehension. From her humble Bedouin beginnings to commanding access to a $1.4 trillion empire, she's proven that sometimes the most powerful people are those who operate behind the scenes. While billionaires make headlines with their latest acquisitions, Fahada quietly influences decisions that shape global economies. Her family's mobile palaces traverse international waters, and her property portfolio spans continents like a real-life game of Monopoly, where someone actually owns everything. Her story isn't just about astronomical wealth. It's about strategic brilliance, maternal influence, and the art of wielding power through discretion rather than spectacle. When your vacation accidentally boosts an entire country's tourism revenue and your son's yacht doubles as the world's most expensive art gallery, you've transcended normal concepts of luxury into something approaching mythology. Princess Fahada has mastered the ultimate flex, being so wealthy that most people don't even know her name, while every major decision affecting global markets potentially passes through her advisory influence. She's not just the richest wife in the world, she's operating in a category that makes other wealthy spouses look like they're playing with pocket change. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep chasing the sparkle. To get more of such content, click on the card showing on the screen.